Alright class, here's where we left off the last time on Monday when we got together. This is where we left off. We added some color here, we added made a layer, we added the wall color, we added the door color here. But now what about if we want to add material, an actual material? Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to put here brick. What I did, I went online and just grabbed an image that looked like brick, just like that. Okay, I know it has some stuff there that we're going to fix in a bit. So what I did, I brought it in, scaled it up so it covers the area that I need to. Now if the brick is too big, the scale is too big, for example, if when you got it, it looked like that, which you can see, compare the size of this brick to the window, it's almost the size of the window, so it's too big. So either you have to scale it down, get another image, or do it in sections. Okay, do it in sections. So in my case, I think it kind of works, the size of the brick. So I'm just gonna put it around there. Okay, remember I want to put it on the wall. Okay, so you know what? It might be too big. We can try to fix that in a bit. So I'm gonna scale it more or less when it looks natural. I think around there. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna align it here for the bottom to be more or less where that gray area is, you know, so it doesn't take too much time, too much space. And I'm gonna move it around there. Okay, you can come and fix it in a bit. Okay, place it, put it where I want it. Now here, there's several things we can do here. I can cut the section, so only leave the piece of the brick that I want. In other words, get rid of everything else and only leave here inside. I can do that. Watch. I can do something like this, where I can erase everything but this section there, so I can see the brick there. All right. Or I could do also, it's put the brick behind, get rid of whatever's inside here, and show the brick. Okay. So let's go over those two options. First, let's go over the option of erasing, of cutting the brick only to show right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, before I do that, I'm going to get my sketch and I'm going to make a copy of it. Always make a copy of your base of whatever you're working off of. Just in case you mess up, you still have the original there. So I'm going to make a copy. Okay, I'm going to leave that one the way it is. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to leave only the copy. If I mess up, I still have the original. Okay, so one way of doing this will be like this. Get rid of everything inside. Actually, no. Let's cut the brick so we only have the brick inside right here. So I need to grab the area where I want the brick, which is this section right here. I'm going to select that. So in this case, I'm going to select the polygonal lasso. Right? So what I'm going to do, just come close and click, let's say there, and go up and click right there. I'm going to just go over the outline of the area where I want it. So go down here and then go to right here and then go up to where I started. And notice when you go close to the starting point, you see that little circle up here. Once you see that, just click and it grabs. All right, so now grab all that area. Okay, so now what I can do is come back to the layer brick. Okay, remember I'm selecting on sketch copy because that's the area that I want. But now once I want to cut it, I'm going to go to brick. Okay, I'm going to go to brick and I'm going to erase. Now if I erase right now, it's going to erase whatever's inside. And I don't want that. I want to keep whatever's inside. I want to get rid of the brick that is outside. So in this case, what you do, you go to select, inverse, so that it selects outside of that selection, and then press delete. Remember, make sure you're on the brick, or whatever material you want to put, doesn't matter. So that's going to happen. Okay? So now, you have the brick in the area that you wanted. You got rid of everything else. If I put the select, and I break this up, that's what you have. And again, well, I have to come back and get rid of that. But see, you can put it right where you want. And then here, what you need to do, if you take this route, then you might want to come here, okay? Lower the opacity so you can see the windows, because now we have to cut so we can see the windows. And then I will get my rectangle marquee, grab where this window is more or less, and get rid of the brick on that area, like that. Grab my door, and get rid of the brick inside that selection, like this. And then go and do this one. And get rid of the brick inside. Okay, so now you have your brick. You can see your windows, your door. Okay. Deselect. Now let's look at this right here. In my case, I had this one that had that watermark to prevent people like me using it. So here we have several options. Let's look at several of them. Okay, to fix this area here, there's several options here. We can use, for example, the clone. What that does, it clones a section. Okay, so let me show you what it does. When the brush gets too big like this, all you have to do is just right click and make the brush smaller. Right, like that. So what the clone stamp does is that it copies. See this? When I click right here, see how that cursor changes? And it changes when you press Alt on your keyboard. Okay. And then you select your source. What is it that you want to clone? So I'm going to click right there. Notice I'm getting where the mortar is. You set it, and then you come to whatever you want to clone, and you can see that cross right on the right where I press. So whatever that cross is seen is whatever's getting copied. Okay. Now if we do this one, we're gonna mess up where the brick is laid out. Okay. So in this case, it will be a little bit harder to use a clone since we have a lot of color there. So we're gonna use a different one. We're gonna use this right here, the patch. Okay, patch tool right there. So I'm going to select the area that I want to patch, like that. And then I'm just going to move see the arrow that goes to the right? What I'm going to do is just click on it inside that selection and move my mouse to the right. And I'm going to try to find something there that looks about right. Maybe something like that. And I'm going to let go. And automatically it grabbed that image and put it there. So now deselect, and it kind of looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing here. Hopefully we can get it since we have that right there. It will be a good idea to do that first and then do what I did. But I got ahead of myself. So I'm gonna grab that. Let's see if we do something like this. Maybe something like that. Here got a little bit dark. Yeah, a little bit dark. So let's try to fix this now by going down. Let's see. We do something like. Looks a little bit better. And then here what we can do is come with the clone and fix it little by little. Okay, but you get the idea. Okay, so you can fix those issues. All right. So that's one way of doing it. Okay. Now let's go over the other way. The other way is, let me undo all this. Okay. Let me undo all this. There you go. So the way of doing it would be, and this one you might find it a little bit easier. is to grab the area, the white area where you want the brick to be. Okay, and remember, I'm in sketch copy. So I'm going to get with my magic wand, select that area. You see? And then all I'm going to do is come to the brick. Actually, no, not even that. I'm just going to get rid of all this white. Imagine the coloring book, you cut that section off. Imagine that, you got some scissors and cut it off. So it's hollow. So I'm going to do that. Press delete. Okay. And now I'm going to bring my brick layer and put it right underneath it. Like this. Okay, so if I turn it on, it's going to be like that. So in reality, what we did, we just made, watch this, we made that hollow. By deleting it, and then whatever I put underneath is going to show right there, which is a brick in this case. Okay, so whichever approach you want to take, it'll be fine. The good thing with this, guys, by doing like this, is that we created a mask, some sort of a mask. So if I move this layer, I can put, actually this works better. See, I don't have to mess up with that right there. If I move it and find something that, like something like this, then there you go. So there it is. Now there's here at the bottom, you want to get rid of that, just grab it and get rid of it on that layer. Make sure on layer brick, get rid of that, like that. Okay, so now you know how to add material. Okay, now let me go and find some maybe grass and sky. All right, so what I did here, I brought an image of the background. All right, so maybe I just grab that one, what I found, something quick. And I brought it in, and so now I have, what I did also, and I didn't want to do it, I fast forward, so I don't want to make it too long. I added here the brick, and what I did, we had masked it last time, so what I did, I just cut it off so that I know, so that I can show what's around it. So I masked it, and then I got rid of everything else and just left what I wanted, which is what I have on brick right there. You can see it. Okay. So now here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of whatever's outside of this, all this white area, so I can see the background. So I'm going to get a magic wand, click on that, delete. Okay, so now my house, it's on some scenery there. And I can move this more or less if I want it there. Depends where I want the sky and so on. Okay. And then here where I can do, I mean, I can get rid of this if I don't want it. Actually, I don't want it. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to go to my sketch. And I'm going to get rid of that smoke right there. Okay, delete that. I don't want to see that. And then what I do want to see, it's brick right here, which I got rid of. I made a mistake. So I'm going to use what I have. I'm going to use this brick. I'm going to copy this layer, duplicate layer. Okay. And then that copy, I'm going to move it up. Actually, I have somewhere there, some here. I had some brick here. That's fine. I'm going to get rid of it in a bit. So I'm going to put it just like that. Right? And then I'm going to come and select, actually I want to do this. I'm going to select this right here. Go to that layer, which is this one. The copy, which is this right here. Okay. I'm going to go to select inverse. Because I want to leave only that section. Inverse, delete. So it gets rid of everything but that, but I cannot see it because I'm looking at this white thing. So I have to get rid of this white thing. And that's on sketch. Delete it from there. Oops. Delete it from, where am I? Yeah. Oh, I'm still in inverse. Never mind. Go to select inverse again. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then deselect. So be careful with the inverse. All right. And then here is a matter of just putting color or wood or whatever we want to put. Okay, so to continue with that, let's try to get a tree real quick. See if we can find one. Where am I? Here, tree. Let's try to grab something. Try to grab one with that has like a clear background. It will be easier to get rid of a to blend it in. Trees on white background. Let's see some of these work. Let's try. Let's grab. Oh, let's grab this one. Let's copy this one. Copy it. Bring it in. Edit. Paste. Now here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my magic wand. See if I can get as much of the white as I can. Deselect. Oops. Delete. Deselect. And then I'm going to try to put it somewhere where I want that tree to be. And I can send it back, by the way. Remember, we're working with layers. So let's say I want to put it here. I want to see just only that section there. Actually, I can put it down back here if I want to. And I'm doing it fast, guys, so you have to bear with me. Put around there. Maybe take it and put it right around there so you don't see that right there. And then all that white, see that white? So what we can do here, maybe we can try the blending option. So go to that layer and try to blend it in with the background. Multiply usually works pretty well. Well, actually no, because then, let's see. Well, try one of these. The only thing that I'm seeing is that it also multiplies right there. Okay, so play around with it. All right. So bring some shrubs. You can bring some some birds flying, and so on. So that's how you can continue working on your rendering. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Adding stuff. You can add people here. Some plants, some flowers, a sidewalk, whatever. So just keep on running with that, and keep on working on that.